Do you know anyone who was murdered because of this? Not personally, but people are murdered for it.
I'm not suicidal. Am I afraid of something? I should be, because bad things are coming my way. I can assure you of that.
What's the worst that happens? You die? We all die. We all die. Might as well die doing something good. Everyone's afraid. They're afraid to come out. It's scary, guys. People get killed over this shit. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Aren't you concerned for my life? Yeah. But more importantly, I'm concerned for everybody, because this shit has been going on forever. I'm tired of it. He's a pedophile.
The testimony of Isaac Kappy, exposing all the players in the pedophilia culture of Hollywood. I found this on a zip drive. It doesn't exist anymore. This was just material that I'd stored, set it aside on the zip drive so that I could access it later to make a video. The actual video got deleted, along with any other video that anybody else ever made about this subject, with Isaac Kappy, this likable, credible guy, exposing all of this evil. It got him killed. He got assassinated, thrown off of a bridge into oncoming traffic. For exposing this information, he made some bitter enemies, and they wanted him eliminated before he said anything else. It was already too late at this point. He had said quite a bit. And YouTube's like, don't worry about it. Hold my beer. I'll delete that shit later. And this is just part of the video. The actual video's gone. This is the part that I found on my zip drive. Just an old, dusty zip drive. Didn't even know existed. And I found it, and I realized that this doesn't exist anymore. The internet has been scrubbed clean. Censorship, tyrants have eliminated all documentation of this. I'm sure some pieces of it exist, scattered locations, but this entire testimony, all this information, many of the pieces and elements within this production that you're about to watch are gone. All right, and Isaac Kappy died to expose all of this, and then for them to just erase everything, they killed him and then just deleted all the records of his testimonies and everything he said, and it's disgusting.
Isaac Kappy was an American actor and musician known for his roles in the films Thor and Terminator Salvation, and in the AMC television series Breaking Bad. He was a member of the band Monster Paws. In 2018, Kappy was investigated by police after reportedly threatening actress Paris Jackson and actor Seth Green. Jackson accused Kappy of choking her at a party they were both attending, and Kappy allegedly posted videos accusing Green and his wife of being pedophiles. Kappy died on the morning of May 13, 2019, having fallen from a bridge onto a highway in Belmont, Arizona. Shortly before his death, Kappy posted a lengthy message on Instagram, captioned "Beware the man that has nothing to lose, for he has nothing to protect." In the message, Kappy referenced the Kanan conspiracy theory, accused several Hollywood celebrities of pedophilia, and apologized to Jesus and Donald Trump for past behaviors. He also stated in that video that he was not suicidal.
What was the situation that woke me up? All right. So the situation that really woke me up. I mean, I knew when Pizzagate hit, I was researching on 4chan, and so I was kind of like, oh wow, this is a problem. But when it really hit me was that, the first time it really hit me was at Seth's. We went over there, played Mafia. It's a role-playing game that we play. And at the end of the night, it was me, Seth, and his brother-in-law. And Seth turned to me and opened up this secret bookshelf, and he's like, "This is where we keep the children." And I was like, I tried to just put it out of my mind.
Okay, just in case you weren't familiar, once again, these are the pedophile codes. So these are just a few of them, really. There's actually more. Take a look at the very bottom left. You see chicken and pasta. That equals very young boy. So keep that in mind.
But then about a month later, Seth, Claire, and I were having a dinner at their house, and Seth said, we need to have a talk about chicken. And I was like, oh God. And then he basically admitted that he's a pedophile.
Okay, so now that you know what chicken means, or what it means to these people anyway, it's kind of messed up knowing what Seth Green likes. He likes chicken, he says. He likes chicken. And Isaac Kappy immediately knows what he means. And then he's got a show, Seth Green. Seth Green's got a show, Robot Chicken. Now, robot humans is another word for people who are under the influence of mind control, which is very prevalent in these circles. All right. MK Ultra, mind control. Very prevalent. These satanic families, they're brought up that way. Not going to get into that a whole lot. But Seth Green, yeah, so he was abused as a child. He was groomed into the industry. I saw him on Fruit Loop commercials when I was a kid. All right. And then he became, well, a pedophile. A pedophile. And that's kind of sad. It's not the industry that does that. That's these families. No, I mean, it is the industry. It's the whole culture. It's the Hollywood pedophilia. It's just the elites. It's what they get off on. They like it. It's their culture. Chicken certainly means something. Everything that they do, they show you with symbols and everything else. They talk about it blatantly, openly. They joke about it. But they know that you're not going to take them seriously. That's how they get away with it. It's so outrageous what they do. Seth Green.
They're not huggably soft.
Leave it to me. Being huggably soft is my business, and business is good.
They are soft, and so are you, Cuddles. Very, very soft.
Where are we going?
I need your softness. So soft.
This is a no-no.
So soft.
A big no-no.
Don't fight it.
Ow. Ow.
You might want to clean yourself up. Good as new.
Yeah, good as new.
My, you're just so huggably soft.
No, I'm not really that soft. Stop. No, this isn't right.
Cuddles brand fabric softener.
Talk about Spielberg, who, by the way, Steven Spielberg is a pedophile. Yep. See how easy that was, Corey? I didn't need $10 million. I just said it.
In a new YouTube video, the former child star vowing to expose a ring of Hollywood pedophiles, who he claims have abused thousands of children.
I can name 6 names. One of them who is still very powerful today.
Feldman posting the video after launching an online campaign aimed at raising $10 million to fund his plan to reveal what he calls the truth.
Okay, so this is Corey Feldman. If you didn't know already, he was, his whole thing was that pedophilia is the biggest secret in Hollywood, and he wanted to expose the pedophilia in Hollywood. His best friend, Corey Haim, and himself, I believe, were raped repeatedly by Charlie Sheen and others, big names in the movie industry. And I mean, these kids were big up and coming stars in the early 80s. Just think about the Goonies and I mean, Lost Boys. You had the Frog Brothers. And Charlie Sheen was up and coming, and to think of the depravity, he thought he could do whatever he wanted with these young boys. He did. He abused them in public where everyone could see him over the hitch of a trailer. And these big Hollywood names don't want Corey talking about it. And so supposedly there have been some attempts on his life. And here it is. Corey Feldman. Corey Haim is already dead now. He died after, drug abuse, long and a lot of depression, I'm sure. And so Corey Feldman is saying, hey, I need $10 million. I need $10 million. And I'll reveal all these names. And I need the money so that I can protect myself. It's insurance money. And he's got this movie coming out. And he wanted to expose all the names in this movie. So, I liked Corey Feldman when I was a kid. He was a great actor. And Isaac Kappy, basically just called him out on it. He goes, hey, Steven Spielberg is a pedophile. There. I said it. How about that, Corey Feldman? So Corey Feldman trying to get $10 million out of it. Isaac Kappy just saying, hey, this is how it is. Is Corey trying to profit? I don't, yeah, his career needs a reboost, I'm sure. And then the Michael Jackson thing. They all wanted him to fess on Michael Jackson, say Michael Jackson was a pedophile. And Corey Feldman said, no, this is one of the guys who isn't a pedophile. And isn't it funny how they tried to smear Michael Jackson, how they tried to destroy his character, the guy who loved children? And there was a lot of mind control going on here, too, with his Peter Pan programming. And I'm going to get into this mind control video. You're going to learn all about mind control. Okay, the Peter Pan programming that Michael Jackson was put through. But he was one of the good guys. He hated the pedophiles. He hated them. And every believable account seems to indicate that Michael Jackson is innocent of all of these crimes. And so they put Corey Feldman over the burner about it. And he's like, okay, all right, I can't defend someone who's got such horrible accusations against him. He threw him in front of the bus. And then later on, he's like, look, I only said that because he didn't abuse me. I don't have any personal experience of it. I don't know. Maybe somebody else maybe he abused somebody else. I don't know. So there's a lot of heat going on. There's a lot of pressure behind the scenes. There's things that they're not talking about, for trying to reveal these names. And, here he is, a young child with Steven Spielberg. All right. He was definitely abused. He was definitely abused. Now, I don't know what his current motives are, whether it's money or fame or career, or whether he just really wants this out. He claims he needs the money to protect himself from these people. He very well might. So here's Steven Spielberg, young Corey Feldman, in a very disturbing picture. Once you know the secret behind Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg was a pedophile. He roped in young actors and actresses, and he used them. Hollywood, Spielberg and Associates, don't want people to know about this stuff. But this information is already out. It's just the media refuses to talk about it. So it's up to people like me. People like me. This is ridiculous. This should be common knowledge. There is a history of child abuse in Hollywood. It's so well documented. This is not some weird theory. You know, this is just reporting on something that is real. I mean, it's real. We all know it's real. So you got Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. Yeah, they were definitely victims of this Hollywood pedophilia. Definitely victims.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh, yeah. I was surrounded by them.
Elijah Wood's shocking allegations against the entertainment industry. In a new interview with the Sunday Times, the former child star alleges that pedophilia has been a real issue in Hollywood. He tells the publication, quote, "There are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind. What bums me about these situations is that the victims can't speak as loudly as the people in power. That's the tragedy of attempting to reveal what is happening to innocent people. They can be squashed, but their lives have been irreparably damaged." The 35-year-old adds, "If you're innocent, you have very little knowledge of the world and you want to succeed. People with parasitic interests will see you as their prey."
I can get a good career doing this. You know, it's going to be good.
Wood says he was not a victim of abuse because his mother Deborah protected him and he avoided those kinds of situations. He goes on to allege that even as an adult in the industry, he has been, quote, "led down dark paths to realize that these things probably are still happening."
And here we have Heather O'Rourke. And I guess that's, I'm not sure who that is. Is that Drew Barrymore? That's maybe later. I don't know. Heather O'Rourke on the left. This is the young girl from Poltergeist, who was repeatedly raped by Steven Spielberg. He found her. She was visiting, I believe it was, I guess it was MGM Studios or whatever the studios was. She was visiting it. He found her and he said, "Hey, you want to be in a movie?" And she ended up being a big child star. "They're here." I guess that was her line. You know, that's the iconic Poltergeist line. And Steven Spielberg is a complete scumbag. And this young girl died. She died at the age of 12. After being passed around, there's a lot of secrecy behind her death. Okay, and they're going to give you can go in anywhere and they'll give you the answer of how she died. But that's, come on, man. People get suicided. People have accidents. All right. At 12 years old, she passed away suddenly, this says. She died in surgery while doctors were attempting to repair an acute bowel obstruction caused by what was believed to be a long battle with Crohn's disease. She was tragically pronounced dead after suffering septic shock on February 1st, 1988. It was after a long series of abuse that this happened. Whether the abuse was the cause of her death, I have no idea. I mean, whether this is real, I don't know if it's septic. You know, I don't know if it's acute bowel obstruction. I don't know if it's something else. But it is a fact that she was a victim of Steven Spielberg, among many others.
But what I want to get into is, I want to get into like the bigger picture of how this stuff is all connected. Because when you're talking about like really elite levels, the name of the game is blackmail. So they want something on you that they can hold over your head so they can basically own you and tell you what to do. And they film it. And then they own you. So that's what runs the whole system, basically. They want compromised people because they're easy to control. And a lot of people, they'll just go along with it and do whatever just for fame or money or accolades or any of that stuff. I don't understand it. Some people are just like really into the evil shit. Yarvo. Oh, I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a pedophile. Tom Hanks, folks, is a pedophile. I'm sorry if this is the kind of bursting your bubble, all this information is new, but it's time that this comes out into the open. Tom fucking Hanks, guys, pedophile. Called out, no response. There's this girl, Sarah Ruth Ashcraft, on Twitter, who has been accusing Tom Hanks of raping her when she was 13. Her dad sold her to Tom Hanks. She's been accusing him for months and months and months and months and months. He's never addressed it.
I depersonalize a lot of this because it's really ugly, tough stuff. I'm glad something's being done about it now. Because nobody should have to look back on their childhood memories and realize that the things that they thought were just meaningless and innocent were anything but that. Nobody should have to discover these things about their own life.
The higher you go, the more sick it gets. You heard it's cannibals. Yeah, there is cannibalism. Look into Marina Abramovich. If you're just getting started with this stuff, look into Marina Abramovich. If you don't know who John Podesta is, do some research. Oh, absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
John Podesta was the face of Pizzagate, as well as exposed in the WikiLeaks. He has ties to the Clintons and Obama, and this is the artwork that is openly showed in his home. If this doesn't scream pedophilia, I don't know what does.
My other name, what do you call me? I am your father. From now on, you will call me your father. You shut up. You will call me your father. What is my name, huh? What do you want me to, what do I want you to call it? What? What? Say it, I want to hear it. That's it. Yes, say it again. Say it again! Yeah, that's right! That's right!
Just get lost.
You think you're hot shit, don't you?
Just get lost.
You think you're hot shit, don't you?
Widespread cult that is worldwide. And by the way, the proof is in the fucking pudding. If I'm lying, sue me! Sue me! Great, let's go to court. Let's have discovery. Dan Schneider, oh my god. Yes, Dan Schneider is... of course a pedophile. Is Oprah a pedophile? Well, let's see. Hanks, Weinstein, I mean, the company she keeps, as rich as she is, I have a feeling she is very high up in the cult. And this, make no mistake, this is a cult. There is a widespread cult that is worldwide. And it's fucking bad, guys.
Okay, so you got this John of God character hanging out with Oprah Winfrey here. I mean, this is the kind of people she hangs out with. She sponsored him. She brought him on her show. All right, this isn't just some random guy. She knows this guy. They work together. They have associates that in common. They run the same business circles. They do the same sort of things. All right. Now, I'm sure she's going to deny. I'm sure she has denied any knowledge of anything that he's doing that's illegal or has done that's illegal. But look, if you're going to bring somebody in your show and you're going to sponsor them and you're going to promote them and you're going to talk so highly of them and you bring so much attention to this person without knowing any of this? Really? That just, that seems like her connection with Weinstein. That seems, ooh, yeah, she knew. All right, everybody knows, everybody knew. This is not a secret. So John of God cult leader allegedly ran child sex slave farm. Cult leader known as John of God has been accused of running a sex slave farm and selling babies to the highest bidder on the black market. He was arrested a week after over 600 allegations were made against him in what prosecutors say could be the worst serial crimes case in Brazil's history. His world crumbled after he was accused of sexually abusing a Dutch woman on live TV. Her claims prompted over 600 similar allegations to arise from around the world from countless women, all of which Faria, this John of God guy, has denied. Brazilian activist Sabrina Bittencourt has now sensationally claimed the celebrity medium ran a baby trafficking operation in which children were farmed in Brazil before being sold to childless couples around the world. Bittencourt's previous investigations led to the spiritual leader's arrest in December. She claimed young girls were being held captive in remote farms while they were being forced to produce babies. She added that the women were murdered after 10 years of giving birth. Look at this guy. Spiritual healer. Oh, yeah, so women from at least 3 continents claim they bought Brazilian babies from this guy for as much as $50,000 a piece. She collected testimony from former members of the cult. So this guy would give money to poor girls, 14 to 18, to go live in mineral mines or farms that he owns in the Brazilian states of Goiás and Minas Gerais, I guess. There they would become sex slaves and be forced to get pregnant, and their babies would be sold to the highest bidder from other continents. In exchange for food, they were impregnated, and their babies sold on the black market. Hundreds of girls were enslaved over the years, lived on farms, served as wombs to get pregnant, for their babies to be sold. Then these girls were murdered after 10 years of giving birth. They've got a number of testimonies on this. So they've received reports from the adoptive mothers of their children that they were sold between $20,000 and $50,000 in Europe, USA, and Australia, as well as testimony from ex-workers and locals who are tired of being complicit with this guy's gang. Yeah, so these are Oprah's people. And make no mistake, this is not an accident. This is not something that she accidentally sponsored. She knows this guy. She knows exactly what he's doing, and she's part of it.
You don't trust Oprah? Oprah's a fucking slave trader, guys. You shouldn't trust Oprah. Oprah is a slave trader. Oprah is a slave trader. Let that sink in. It's 100% true. Oprah Winfrey is a slave trader. Why do you think she has that school in South Africa? Why does she hang out with who she hangs out with? Oprah Winfrey is a slave trader. How is she a slave trader? Does the name John of God ring a bell? There's a reason why Oprah is so powerful, and it's not pretty. What do we know about Hollywood? We know that you pretty much have to be compromised to be at a certain level in Hollywood. Who's at the top levels of Hollywood? This is not rocket science, guys. This is not rocket science.
I love to live in space in between. It's when you are leaving old habits and you are completely open to destiny. came to Brazil to look for places of power with the people who have certain energy. Parallel realities, incorporations, entities. Brazil is so full of this kind of stuff. This is why I'm here, waiting to start my mission. I'm experiencing so many different emotions. There's so much pain. How I can help raising consciousness through art. Emotions rise in me, and I feel my heart is so
This is an interview I wasn't sure would ever happen. One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera. John of God agreed to sit down with me under a mango tree on the grounds of the casa.
The first time I saw it today, I was humbled by the experience.
Ela disse que quando ela viu primeiro as pessoas hoje,
pouco, isso aqui pertence a você.
Because a little bit of this belongs to you. A part of this belongs to you.
Well, could the entity tell me, what does human energy look like? Because as I understand it, each person that comes before you.
I felt cold steel going up, and then I felt him just shove it with all his strength. And I felt excruciating pain. I felt just so calm. And even when I had the thought, he's in your brain, which is what my thought was, and I saw yellow, bright yellow, and I got this bitter taste in my mouth as I had the thought, he's in your brain.
Até aqui está esse tinta, mas é perigoso da hemorragia interna.
That is one of the mistakes that human beings make, is believing that there is only one way to live, and that we don't accept that there are diverse ways of being in the world, that there are millions of ways to be a human being, and many ways, but many paths to what you call God. And her path might be something else, and when she gets there, she might call it the light.
One way and only one way, and that is through Jesus.
There couldn't possibly be with
because
millions of people in the
there
world.
isn't.
There couldn't possibly be.
What about Dave Chappelle? I think he knows quite a bit. Why did he run away to Africa? Why was he so freaked out?
28th of last year, Dave abruptly walked away, not only from the set of the show, but from $50 million, which left his fans shocked and most everyone completely puzzled.
You know, when you're a guy that generates money, people have a vested interest in control. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication.
Why did they throw Kanye in an insane asylum right after he called out Facebook and Google and saying that they lied to you? Why did they throw him in an insane asylum and drug him for days? Why?
And about the sunken place I can think and I could just be Ye and just express how I feel. It was the scariest moment of my life.
But you thought they was going to drug you or kill you?
I thought I was going to get killed. I'm in the hospital. How many pills you think I was given? 7. I went from taking 2 pills to taking 7. I was drugged the fuck out, bro.
Jimmy Savile raped and murdered hundreds of kids over the course of 3 decades or longer. No one ever looked into it. And he hung out with the royal family. He was knighted. That's why when people say the news is fake, it's because it's run by these people who are into some very, 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 very sick stuff. We have been brainwashed for our whole lives. You can break someone's subconscious mind. If you're not aware of any of this stuff, look into MK Ultra.
MK Ultra mind control rules in Hollywood. If you don't know, Google that.
Search and look about ElsaGate. ElsaGate is one of the most evil things I've ever encountered in my life. It's making videos on YouTube with traumatic triggers that actually rewire people's, or not people, but like little babies. It rewires their subconscious to be more receptive and open to being abused. It is absolutely sick. I posted something on Twitter yesterday, but that hashtag is so suppressed. It's nuts. And again, I know this might be coming as a shock to a lot of you. Like, you had no idea because, you know, we're around the media. You're told who to trust, who to like. And the people who are telling you who to like are compromised. The people, the actors, the musicians, everybody, those people are compromised at the top levels. It's really bad, and it's when it hits you, it's hard. I mean, I didn't know. It took the situation punching me in the face before I realized I was in the middle of some crazy fucking shit. And, you know, most people are good, and they want to trust, and they can't even imagine that kind of an evil exists. And that helps them cover it up. We have been brainwashed for our whole lives. If you want to do research on Operation Mockingbird, that's been going on, 50 years. What happened that caused you to go public? Well, you know what? I couldn't take it anymore. Something came over me on set. I saw the gun allegations, and I saw him like, oh, they're just jokes. I'm like, bro, I know who you are. I know you. I've met you, a number of times. I don't know gun that well, but I'm like, you're a fucking liar, dude. And I just watched them. They lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. And I watched it. I'm like, okay, that's and something hit me. There was a hostage situation at the supermarket near my house, and there was like tons of helicopters flying over. I don't know, something like inside of me just activated, and I was like, you know what? I'm fucking doing this. I'm going down to Comic-Con right now, and I'll tell these motherfuckers like, yo, if I'm a liar, call me a liar to my face. Kill me, good luck with that.
Many expect Kappy to continue expanding upon his testimony. Instead, he uploaded one of his final videos.
My anger at these people, my anger consumed me. Did I lie about Seth Green? No, Seth Green's a pedophile. Am I afraid of something? Well, I should be, because bad things are coming my way.
3 days later, Kappy was found dead in what local authorities assert was a suicide. It's worth noting that Kappy was asked here if he currently felt suicidal.
I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal.
Purportedly, Kappy jumped from that bridge and was hit by a truck.
Tom Hanks had posted this Instagram picture a couple weeks back. It states, "Historic Route 66 roadkill? I hope not." This was a clear play on words to predict exactly how Isaac was going to be killed. It's no coincidence that he was suicided by jumping off of a bridge, as they say, and landing on a highway and being killed by a car.
I noticed you have this obsession on Instagram with lost gloves.
Well, it's lost objects, but it started with lost gloves. The other glove at home, on the off chance that they're going to pair it up, it's a little bit of, Romeo and Juliet kind of quality to it.
You're saying there's a little bit of a hint of sadness to these. It's like it's telling you a tale, but you don't know what the tale is.
They're all bittersweet city adventures.
Let's take a look at some of these. I want to put this up. This is one you took, and
yeah. Now
tell me what's going on here. What is this so evocative to you?
Well, first of all, I don't touch them. I just see them and I photograph them. So I have never.
You don't want your DNA on those.
Well, it could be a crime scene. And let's not give the cops a break.
Hello. Hello, everybody. This will likely be my last broadcast. And it's going to be painful for all of you. It's going to be very painful. And I'm sorry. Telling you ahead of time. Just to let you know.
Got a key to a Hyundai. Days in. Passport. Isaac Kappy out of New Mexico.
Okay, I'm gonna have you read me the OLN.
10-4.
New Mexico 2729.
107. Oh.
Stop and stare. I'll make a killing from this change. Snake eyes and sevens, you can feel it in the air. You see your fortune and your fame. Wanna take a spin, wanna take a roll. You know you're dealing with the wild card. If you go all in, I'll make your troubles fall. Might take your diamonds, but I'll steal your heart. to the